name Kaylee. Keep on posting selfies, show me every photo, you go crazy. Brought me down back to my knees. Holy moly, yo Miss Daisy, words feel like a gentle breeze. Sweet like a shot of Bailey, sending love your expertise. Winning trophies on the daily.
Little red herrings, it's me, Terry. So listen, are you interested in getting to know me a little bit better? So that, you know, we can have that sort of connection. If you don't want to, that's fine. You can click off the video. But if you do, I am going to take a personality test. Woohoo! Yay! That sounds so unenthusiastic. I'm sorry. No, I guess I'm just not in a yelling type of mood. I don't know. It's like when I make videos, I always want to be chill. It's like, I mean, Jacksepticeye is a big inspiration in why I wanted to make YouTube videos, because he's so energetic, and I want to see him energetic too, but it's just maybe I need more coffee. Anyway, for this one, it's like most of my videos, they're always chill. So we're gonna go to 16personalities.com. Not sponsored by them, but I will take a free personality test because I've never done one ever. So according to the personality test, it's fast and easy, takes less than 12 minutes. Be yourself. Oh, honest and complete it all. Do not leave any neutral answers. So let's get right to it. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Absolutely. I think I'm a party goer, even though not invited to most parties. But if I am invited to hang out and go out and have fun and party, absolutely. Just need to be home at a certain time because my parents. All right. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I'd like to think that I do, because I always like exploring intriguing ideas, like touring for like 2-3 months. It's not unrealistic, it's possible, but at the moment, I don't have a following yet, so it might be a bit hard. So I'm just trying to like build my audience, but just like posting videos every day, trying to write a complete song every day. It's like, it's not, I don't know, to me it's like there are things that there's no unrealistic things for me. It's just things that are difficult and it will take a lot of work, but it is possible. That's how I always see things. Like, I don't see them as unrealistic, I just see them as very, very difficult to do. So I'd like to think that I do. We'll put it there. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Yeah, absolutely. When I go travel, I don't have any itinerary. I don't get to travel a lot. Like, I've only been to New York and Canada, I guess, but because I live here. But like when I went back to Philippines for vacation, I didn't really have an itinerary because we mostly just visited our grandma, my uncle, and my cousins. But like when it's my free time, I don't have an itinerary. I just kind of like plan things on the spot unless it's like a big important event. But yeah, I just definitely rough ideas. You often think about how you should have said in a conversation a long time ago. All the time, I have conversation thoughts. It's like, oh, I should have said that shit during the argument. Now I look like a complete fool. Which I always do, by the way, when I am always in the losing side of an argument. Like, as I grow older, I really don't wanna engage conflict. Like, when I was a kid, I thought that was dumb. It's like, oh, you don't want to engage in conflicts, pussy. It's like, no, not that I'm older. I'm like, I could give less of a. It's like, I don't care. It's like, as long as it doesn't concern me. It's like, oh, if winning will make you happy, then great, go ahead, be happy. I don't care. It's whatever. Your friend is sad about something. Your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. Absolutely. I always solve the problem later. I just want to make sure that they're stable. I want to make sure that they're comfortable. I want to make sure that their emotions are out. I want to make sure that they're thinking straight, and I want to make sure that they're calm before we try and address the situation or the problem. But definitely, I think this should be advice for everyone. If you're trying to be a supportive friend, always do the first thing is that wasn't a concise sentence, I'm sorry. Always comfort them first and be there for them first before trying to solve the problem. Don't solve the problem right away, because if you do, it's going to lead to more problems and you're not thinking straight at that point and your friend's not thinking straight at that point. So it's just going to be a big mishmash and you don't like that. People can rarely upset you. So going back to this one question, now that I'm older, not a lot of things upset me. Might take like something really big to upset me, to be honest. It's like, not a lot of things upset me. It's like I'm kind of used to loss, and kind of used to that, and like things being gone and people leaving. So sorry, I didn't mean for it to be depressing, but I'm just used to the bad things in life, and I always look forward to the better things in life. And even if I don't get to the better things in life, then it's fine. It's like, we'll try another day. People rarely upset me. It's fine. I don't care. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. This applies to when I'm talking to girls. I'm very shy when it comes to talking to girls. I always just get so nervous all the time. But if it's like with friends and like meeting new people, it's like, yo, what's up? My name's Terry. I don't really talk like this, but I will because I'm funny. Yeah, it's like I just do that. Like, I try to be I try to have a bombastic personality like Jake when I'm at a party or when I'm at a social gathering. And I always do these hand gestures all the fucking time. Yeah, it's like, no, I don't really do that. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. Absolutely. I rarely put plans on hold. I usually like doing the plans right away, because the more time that goes by not doing the plan, like putting on other day, people are gonna be less inclined to do it. Sometimes I don't really plan things out. I just hey, want to do this thing tomorrow? It's like, hey, want to do this thing on this week? It's like I don't do it for more than a week. It's like, if the thing that I want to do is not until 3 weeks from now, don't tell them until it's like a week from now, because they're more likely to say yes if you plan things right away or you don't plan things at all. Just little things I learned. This is just according to my friends. It could be different to yours, but for me, it's just that they're more of I don't know, it's like they were more inclined to say yes if you do things like right away or no minimal planning, other than planning it a long time, and then when you get to that time, it's like, oh, sorry, I can't do it. It's like, it's stupid. And I hate that. It's like you plan things for a long time, and then like a week before the thing's like, oh, sorry, I can't do that. I got this, I got that. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's like, we planned this. You should have moved that thing. I don't care how important it is. This one's important because we planned this a really long time, and then you're gonna be like, oh, sorry, I can't do this thing because I have this thing. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be more upset. Oh my god. Rarely plan things now that I'm older, which is bad. Like, when you're older, you're supposed to be more organized. But I don't know, just like over the years, I've learned that if you do things like with minimal planning, people are more likely to say yes, because the important thing is you want to spend time with those people. Yeah. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you meet. Yeah, I don't care. They think I'm an asshole on first impression? Doesn't matter. Maybe I am an asshole. Whoopsies. It's like, I don't care. It's like, I do my best to be the best person that I am. Like, first meet. And yeah. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. I've been basically doing that whole quarantine. I think everyone's doing it all quarantine. I would only go out like once or twice a week with my friends, but I haven't been out the entire July, I would say. And wait, that's yeah, or maybe 3 weeks. I haven't been out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Yeah. No, it would not be a challenge for me. I keep myself entertained. Absolutely. It's like it took a while to do it, but now I'm very entertained. I haven't said that I'm bored yet all quarantine, and I love it. You're more detail oriented than a big picture person. Nah, I'm more of a big picture person. I don't really do things detail oriented. I'd like to, but I just don't have the patience for it. Like, I'm more of a big picture person. Like, I do big picture person, then work till it's like smaller, till I get to the middle. Yeah, disagree. You're very affectionate with people you care about. Yes, even though people aren't affectionate with me. It's fine, I don't care. You give less of a fuck when you're older. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. I'd like to think so. When I was younger, I used to be reckless and I just like go get it without a plan, and now I'm like a bit more careful, plan things out a little bit before I go tackle it. So put it there. You're still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. When I was younger, yes. Now I'm not, because I know that I am a better person than I was, and I've been trying to be better, trying to consistently be better, trying to own up to my mistakes every day. And yeah, it's important. The important thing is when you fuck up, acknowledge that you fucked up, do your best not to fuck up again, because in this day and age, if you fuck up online, you'll never hear the end of it. So if you're not a perfect person, then I suggest not going to Twitter. It's like only use social media if you have something to promote that will lift you up. But if you're there to I don't know, interact with strangers online, it's just not great. So I don't really recommend social media. Only use it to communicate with your family and your friends, and not to meet new people. It sucks. Cancel culture sucks. I talked about it. Yeah, it's like people will choke you to death with your mistakes instead of allowing you to learn from it, and they are just as upset if you apologize over and over. If it's the same thing when you apologize over and over and really mean it and acknowledge your mistakes, and that's the same thing as not apologizing at all. That's just my experience. Anyway, no, not really bothered by it. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Disagree. Not an introvert. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. No, because I was in that position. I don't let my emotions guide me. I know some people do, and I really advise you not to do it. That was very robotic. Sorry. It's like if you let your emotions guide you, it's like if you're upset about something and you want to deal with it right away, and you're gonna let your emotions control you, it's only gonna lead to more problems. And I wouldn't recommend it. Address the problem when you're calm, cool, and collected, instead of charging recklessly when you're upset. But yeah, I don't find it difficult to relate to them, but that's not the type of person I am. When looking for a movie to catch, you can spend ages browsing. No way. Stay calm under a lot of pressure. I get very anxious when I'm under pressure, but I don't show it. I usually write about it or put it down on a piece of paper that I'm anxious, but I really wouldn't show it. I'd probably shiver a little bit, but I tend not to show that I'm anxious while I'm under pressure. So I guess we'll put it here. I can do it, but I won't show that I'm anxious. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into the conversation. Absolutely. That's what I've been doing in Twitter group chats, but Twitter group chats aren't really working out for me. It's annoying. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. They tend to be very random and very realistic. So I guess I put it there. In your opinion, sometimes it's okay to step on others to get ahead of. No fucking way. This is the mentality in the rap industry. Like, you gotta shit on others and diss them just to get ahead of the rap game and climb the ladder of success. Everybody's selfish. Nobody wanna give. Just like what Logic said. Yeah, it's like we should be helping each other out, not dragging each other down. Yeah, just my opinion. You're dedicated, focus on your goals, rarely getting sidetracked. Like to think so. Whole quarantine I've been working on music, like writing half songs a day. Sometimes I'd get lazy, but most of the days, yeah, I was like work from like 4:30 to 9:30. But like when I wake up until I have to I have to get ready for the gym. I brainstorm, watch things to inspire me, and then take some notes. But yeah, if you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. No, when I make a mistake, I acknowledge that I made a mistake, and that I know to myself that I don't normally do that mistake. When I was younger, I was confused to thinking that my mistakes defined who I am, and I believed that for a long time. And I let the people around me wouldn't let me live up to my mistakes. I hope that was the right term. But now, like, if I make a mistake, I do. I apologize. I own up to my mistakes. Be better. Make sure not to do it again. And if they don't forgive me, then I've done all I can. Just, try to cancel me. Go ahead. I don't care. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. It's a healthy mix of both, so I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I introduce myself to new people and talk to the ones I know. Yeah, this is taking more than 12 minutes. I'm already at 20 minutes. Whoopsies, I'm sorry, I'm taking way too long. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. No, I mean, I'll listen. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. I've done that before, but that was like when I had my first breakup. That was just way too much for me. But that was the last time I ever cried. So yeah, I would never let myself cry in front of others. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than more. It's a mix between both. So we'll put it there. Like, sometimes I like the bustling and busy. Sometimes I like the quiet one. Depends on my mood, and it depends who I'm with at the time. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yeah, sure. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. It's a bit of both, but I mostly listen to. I tend to listen to my heart more. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. I mean, I studied religion, and I can't see, touch, or experience God. Well, experience, I guess, yeah, but I can't see or touch him. Gonna have to just slightly disagree. I'm still 50%, and I'm at 21 minutes. Well, I can't cut any of this out. So well, again, it is like a getting to know you better, getting to know me better. Said it would take less than 12 minutes. What the fuck? You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. No way. Rather forgive right away. You often make decisions on a whim. No way. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting. Yeah, quarantine. Yeah. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or movie. Yes, it helps with my writer's block and gives me inspiration. You always know exactly what you want. Sometimes, but most of the time, yeah. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder you could have done differently. No. I always look back at the things that I've done, and I've always wanted to do things differently. Like I said, people said hindsight is 2020. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. Again, depends on the mood. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. Trying to live with the moment, but the phone's such a devil. Bless my ass, silo that. Hope to get about the level, puking on the carpet. Home my sadness comes out. 2020 is my year. I don't feel a single doubt. Yeah. You often have a hard time understanding people's feelings. Disagree. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions upfront as possible. Yep. When someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be till they become disappointed. When I get fans, yeah, they will get disappointed with me. After a short while, I promise you. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting. I'm gonna do that in my head, yes, but I will do that more. 70%, almost there. I'm gonna make sure this is less than 30 minutes. I don't think anyone would want to watch a 30-minute video about me doing a personality test. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yeah, like when I'm on the bus listening to music. Yeah. You look after yourself first, and others come in second. Yeah. Sounds selfish, but take care of yourself first before other people. If you can't take care of yourself, then how are you gonna take care of other people? Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually tend to end up doing what you feel like. Yeah, sometimes during quarantine, yeah. Your mood can change very quickly. Not really. You often contemplate for human existence or the meaning of life. No, you have to talk about your own feelings and emotions all the fucking time. Have you listened to my EP, Forgone? It's out on all streaming platforms by Terry Redherring. Self-plug. You have detailed education or career development plans searching services. No way. You rarely dwell on your regrets. I always dwell on my regrets. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere, lots of people around quickly make you feel drained. You don't get away. No, I love doing that. I love spending time with people. Even if people don't love spending time with me. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. Oof. No, I'm usually shoot for the stars, aim for the moon. So I'm a bit of a visionary. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through the same. I've never had. No, it's gonna be difficult, but kind of, because I guess I'm just a sympathetic person in general. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous and organized and consistent. When you're a server, you have to be both. Alright, 90%. Almost done. I got this. Your emotions control you more than you control my emotions. I am ahead of my emotions. Yeah. After a long fun party. I did that once. I remember I was really tired from work in Montana's Victoria, and my friend Dre was like, yo, you wanna come hang out with us? We're gonna go drinking and shit. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, and then by the end of it, it's like, all right, I'll go with you, fuck it. And then we ended up having best nights of my life. We went out drinking, and then we went to a club and we danced till 3 o'clock in the morning. It was awesome. I wish I could party every night after a long day's work. I'm gonna do that when I'm famous. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological development could change everyday life. Yeah. You consider your actions. I like to think that I do, but apparently sometimes my actions could be taken the wrong way, could be interpreted differently, and that's because people who do that don't really know me personally. But the type of person I am is just giving out compliments and hyping people up, no matter what their age is and no matter who they are. I'm just here to spread peace, love, and positivity, and I don't mean to make people uncomfortable or offend anyone. I don't want to, but yeah. You still honor commitments even if you made a change of heart. Yeah. Really feel insecure. Not insecure at all. I used to be, but alright, so my personality type is Protagonist. Awesome. I am ENFJA. I don't really know what this means. I guess Protagonist. Let's review. I am extroverted, 71%. Yeah, it's kind of like I'm a little bit introverted, but I'm mostly extroverted. The straight demonstrating type when talking about energy. I'm intuitive. Yep, I am feeling type of person. Usually just write what I feel. That's why sometimes I don't have the best rhyme scheme. It's more about the emotions and how I want to make people feel. I don't know. Tactics, judging. Yeah, straight, assertive. Yeah. So that's it for this video. Check out my website, mcunderrated.wixsite.com/website-1. I already, like, by the time you get this video, like, the live stream is over, but you can still help by donating to fundraiser. Minimum $5, but if you have more than $5, please, I would appreciate it. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great cause. Your $5 can save 2 lives. Pretty much, that's the slogan. And by the time this video is out, my song for my friend Kaylee will be out. It's called Kaylee's Crown. Link in the description. Streaming platforms, everything. Yeah, that's it for this video. Terry is out. Senior Redherring. Peace.
Dirty, smoking on my blunt, get me high with the birdies. Might get a band and take a trip out to Jersey. Don't call me nerdy, lay you out getting dirty. Thought you was the shit, but nah, but you ain't worthy. Can't fuck with people, don't know why she prefer me. Lay you in the ditch, don't care if you left hurting.
Feeling cloud strife on my back, I got the buster sword. Try to step up to me and I'll send you to the Lord. Got something to prove, I don't wanna be ignored. Set the world on fire, kinda nervous but I'm